Hey everybody, hope you're all doing great today. I usually call Mondays Maintenance Mondays. Um, just wanted to, I've been thinking about doing some videos for a while now, and I'm just like everybody else. Don't like the way I look on camera. Not sure that I'll sound good. Whatever. We all have our fears, and today that's something I wanted to talk about. I know so many of us are just flippin' miserable right now. We're tired of being stuck at home. If we're, um, having to be quarantined, we, all these parents, I'm so grateful that my children are grown, that they're adults. Because if they were little kids, I would just be beside myself. I never wanted to have to homeschool my kids because that's not my forte. I'm not good at long-term teaching of kids. I enjoy working with them on projects, but to sit there and do things day in and day out, I've seen these memes that are joking about, one of them said, "Are we going to buy school clothes or more alcohol for this school year?" Now, I don't, I'm not saying that I agree with drinking while you're teaching kids, but I could sure understand the temptation. Anyway, for years, we've, I've been reading everything that's going on Facebook, and I have bit my tongue. I've just kept my mouth closed because I didn't want to offend anybody. I was afraid. And I finally decided that I'm not going to let fear rule my life. I believe that that is the problem with our country right now. And I am certainly not guilt-free of feeling afraid of the things that are going on in this world. When 9/11 happened and the Twin Towers were hit, I actually saw as the second tower was hit live on TV. And our children were young, and I was terrified for them. I was truly, truly terrified for our kids. And so, what did I do? I voted right along with everybody else to give up one of our most important freedoms here in the United States, our right to privacy. And I thought, hey, that's okay. I'm going to give it up because it'll help my family, it'll help keep us all safe. But what I didn't realize was what I was doing. Giving up my fundamental rights as an American citizen. And you know what I believe? I believe our government went, and I don't mean everybody in our government, but I mean, the puppet masters back pulling the strings. They went, we got it figured out. We're going to make the American citizens afraid every time we want to make changes. Because if they're afraid, they'll do whatever we tell them to do. And the biggest sign right now is COVID. They told us, hey, it's going to kill a bunch of people. Stay home. Protect your family. Don't go see your elderly relatives. You don't send your kids to school. Don't gather in more than 10, number of 10, because you're going to die. So what do we all do? Oh no. I can't let that happen. I've got to protect my family. Well, you know what? I was just as guilty as the next person when they first said that, because I too love my family. I love my family with all my heart. And the last thing I would do is intentionally put them in harm's way. But what I've seen happen over the months and heard and watched and learned is that this isn't about protecting us. This is about the puppet masters pushing us and pushing us and pushing us to see how far they can push us before we'll fight back. Before we'll say, enough is enough, I'm taking my life back. I want my kids in school. I want my kids to play. I want to go to the store without covering my mouth. If I wanted to cover my mouth, my face, I'd go live in a third world country or an Arab state where me as a female is required to do that. But I don't want to live that way, ever. And I don't want to be silenced. I've been thinking a lot about this, and we have all these young adults that are out there protesting for this, that, and the other. I'm not even going to go into what they're protesting. I am sure that a lot of them feel like their hearts are in the right places, and I get it. We want to love and care for our fellow man. Absolutely. We don't need any more laws about that. Don't you get it? In my profession, I have to do continuing education every 2 years. I have to do 30 hours of continuing education. And one of them is always about people's rights and not infringing on those rights. And do you know what? There is only one unprotected class in the USA, and that is the white heterosexual male. Every other class, religion, race you can think of is protected. But the white heterosexual male is not protected. Everybody else is. So we don't need to go passing any more laws about protecting anybody else. I believe we need to get rid of thinking about people in terms of races. What difference does it make what race somebody is? It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you a good person or not? Can you look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of who you are today? I can. I am honest. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm protective. And every day I wake up and want to do good and make good decisions. And on a regular basis, I have been tempted with opportunities to do things that are not right. And you know what? It's not worth it because I'm the one who has to live with me and my choices. We are what we do when nobody's looking. That's the truth of the matter. Somebody could put $1 million on the table, walk away, and I'd leave that $1 million there and find out whose it is. Because I want to look in the mirror and like who I see. Could I use the $1 million? Absolutely. But you know what? It wasn't mine. Anyway, I'm just tired of being silent. I am so sick of it. My fear for our country is that too many people are ruled by fear and making decisions that are fear-based. And that's no way to live. Our kids, our adult children, and I think I'd have to say anybody who is 35 or under has grown up in the U.S. where the laws have been systematically put into place that lead them to believe that it's okay to tell me what to do with myself, my body, my home, my vehicle, my children, and my life. You don't have the right to tell me what to do. I am an American citizen. I am a citizen, natural born citizen of the United States of America. My father-in-law fought in the Korean War. My grandfather and two great uncles fought in World War II. I have ancestors that have lived here clear back to the 1600s. I'm about as naturalized of a U.S. citizen as you can get. And you don't have the right to tell me how to live my life. You don't have the right to tell me that I need to wear a mask when I go to the grocery store. If these masks work so great, you wear one. I mean, isn't that what we're saying? The masks work, so if I'm afraid, then I'll wear a mask, and that should keep me protected. Right? I mean, aren't they? Aren't they that good? If you're afraid and you want to wear a mask, I don't care. Go for it. But don't tell me that I have to wear a mask. I'm not afraid. And don't tell me when I'm in the drive-up at your restaurant that I have to wear a mask in my own vehicle. Who in the hell do you think you are? Telling me what I have to do in my own vehicle. I'm not causing you harm. Not if you have a mask on, right? If you have a mask on, you're protected. So what difference does it matter if I'm not wearing one? Wake up. Wake up. I so wish I could win the lottery, because if I did, I would start a law firm called the Freedom Fighters of America, and the only thing we would do is spend our time fighting people like the governor of Oregon, for God's sakes, and anybody and everybody else trying to take away our rights as a U.S. citizen. Enough is enough, people. I've had it, and I'm done being silent, just like a lot of others of us silent majorities. Yep, I'm Republican. Yep, I'm voting for Trump. Absolutely. Because the economy was great until COVID came along. Because he's out to make our country great. I don't care what he does in his bedroom. That's none of my business. It's none of your business. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, you guys don't like the way Obama or Trump talks, but you're okay with what Clinton did in the Oval Office? Really? Honestly, who gives a shit? All I care about is that you live by our Constitution and Bill of Rights, that you make decisions that are going to aid and benefit my family, my friends' families, my family's families. Not that you're going to try and make more laws. Has anybody noticed that that's all politicians ever do? They run on platforms where, I'm going to make a new law. It's so great, and it's going to make your life great, and I'm just going to do another law because that's what we do. How about stop making laws? I tell you what, find me a politician that'll run on a platform where you're going to go and start taking away some of these stupid laws that have taken away my freedoms. Then you'd be my hero. Then you would be my hero. I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of other people out there that are just as disgusted as I am. And I'm sorry if this offends you, but this is my opinion. And guess what? As an American citizen, I have a right to my opinion. And you have a right to yours. You just don't have the right to tell me that I don't have the right to have an opinion. You can not like it. And just because you don't like it means you don't even have to say anything. You can if you want to. It's not going to change my opinion. I can guarantee you that. You just call me a gun-toting redneck if that makes you feel better. I really don't care. I do care about my country. I do care about my civil liberties and my fellow man's civil liberties and freedoms. Stop living in fear, people. Wake up. Wake up. You know, God bless each and every one of you. If you're a Christian, I am. I believe that Jesus died to save me from my sins. I am a Christian. If you're not a Christian, that's okay too. In this country, we're supposed to have freedom of religion, not from, of. And if you believe differently than I do, again, God bless you. That is your right. Just don't try and take away mine.